Hi guys, I'm Liv and today I am back in my flat and I forgot to bring my book, so that video is going to have to be delayed by a week that I'm currently reading. I'm now going to be reading spooky books for the week. I've got loads of ideas of things to read, like I've got loads on my Kindle as well. Leather and Lot, Bride, I've got 5 Broken Blades, Mistress of Lies, Ex-Hex, Then She Was Gone, The Majesty's Royal Coven, which I'm partway through. I'm not sure what to pick first. I kind of want to pick up Her Majesty's Royal Coven again because I was a good chunk into that and I just didn't pick it up because it got a bit weird. But I did actually, you having a biggie? I did actually read some of that for a video and then I had to put it down because I was just, I'm stuck dancing because I just couldn't stop. It was a bit weird for me and I couldn't carry it on. Stop it, I'm going to show what you're doing. I think I'm going to pick up Her Majesty's Royal Coven and go with that for now. Really sad because it was a Stephen King book because I've got a certain video coming up and it was really good, so that'll be up soon, but that's a little hint to the video. Little update, it's very late so the camera is so fuzzy right now. Sam's reading the book to me whilst I'm writing and it's hard. It's hard to read this book, like even to hear it and hearing the speech being said, not the vibe. Read out the sentence he just read.
Yeah, we've just read. She passed dozens of identikit flats like popcorn chicken of London life.
I can't make it up, the writing is so bad. There's a big like battle scene and it's meant to be like hyped up throughout the book that this big war happened and we basically got a glimpse of what the war was like and it was very much like, hey sister, haven't seen you in ages, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm cringing so bad. And by the way, they've hyped up this war throughout the whole book, so I can't take it seriously because I've read such good fantasy books and this is just like taking the biscuit. Your face is how I feel.
That was a choice.
Choices. Update. I have finished Her Majesty's Royal Coven and I regret reading this book. It was so bad, like on so many levels. To run you through the notes I've taken, I actually did write them down. Very low rating because I just was so disappointed by it. We followed these 4 main characters. We had Leonie, Neve, Helena and Elle. So Leonie was a very much supportive person of the LGBT community and very much somebody who was quite up to date with mainstream things and new norms and social norms, minority representation. We have Neve, who was a vet and she was very accepting of things. Then we have Helena, who was very much against change and unable to accept anything that was going to change within the covens, and also very power hungry. And then we had Elle, who, not gonna lie, didn't really have much of a personality other than the fact that she was a mum and felt like a throwaway character. This book, the plot is that there is a prophecy that people have been seeing where something bad will happen. It's meant to involve a young male leading to the end of everything. And it's set in the UK. It leads to a big war, potentially. Without ruining things, that is the basis of the plot line of this book. Now, my opinion. First of all, the speech was very poorly written. It was very childish and a lot of the phrases used, like I swear there's a bit in it where one of the young girls is like, oh my god mum, you're giving me the ick, and I'm like, no person in the UK would really say that in a book. Like it was written really wrong and I just didn't like that. The characters were not fleshed out at all, very surface level. Like I didn't care about any character in this book apart from Neve potentially because she was the one we had the most perspectives from. The terms used throughout felt so unnatural. So there's a lot of topics in this book in relation to transgender people, the gay community, but instead of making it a natural thing in the book and feeling like these characters were real characters and fleshed out, it almost felt like the book was just using typical woke terms and it just didn't feel natural. Like I can't explain it without actually giving you stuff from the book. I don't want to ruin the book in case you want to read that, but the way in which these themes were approached was very typical and it didn't feel real at all. Like it didn't feel like these were real characters. The plot was non-existent until probably around page 400 and this book was 450 pages long. The war was massively hyped up throughout the book and by this I mean that there was a war in the past and a war that was about to happen. Both of them were massively hyped up and then when we actually found out about the old one and the new one, they were very disappointing. Nothing really happened and it felt very amateurish and very, very childish. Magic World was very weak and uninteresting, boring really. And we didn't learn enough about Helena and Neve's ex-fiance and husband to care about them when we found out in like the first few chapters that they had died in the old war. We never actually found out anything about them again, so we never actually cared about them. The banter was okay, but not the best. Writing was not impressive, very amateur and young feeling, especially descriptions of locations, and the pacing was very weird throughout. And I honestly did give this book a 2-star, and I haven't given a book a low rating like that in ages, so I was just a bit like, oh god. But yeah, moving on from that book, because I'm not getting into a book slump right now, are we? We're going to be going on to a new book. This book is one that's all over TikToks. I will put it on the screen because I don't know if you'll be able to see the cover. It's like really dark. So this one is called Little Stranger, and this is the Web of Silence duet by Lee Rivers. So I'm debating reading both of them for this vlog because they're both quite short books. I mean, this first one is like 270 pages long. Morally Grey is dark romance, remember. So this book is about two foster siblings who are not related at all. They don't see each other as brother and sister or anything. End up having a very non-conventional growing up. They grow up very unconventionally, basically. I know that later on, I think Malachi, which is the main character, the female main character is called Olivia, by the way, so a bit weird. And the mum is the same name as my mum, so that's even more weird. So strange. Yes, this book, on the back I think it says that Malachi ends up going to prison for something, and when he's out, he wants to get Olivia because she has always been his, even though she was the reason he went to prison or something. I hope it's going to be good. I hope it's going to be good. I'm already halfway through. I'm at page 89 out of 207, 42% into this book. I am aiming to finish it today. I'm a good chunk into it. So far, I'm enjoying it. I feel like the first half was very good. We got to see them grow up from being 7 and 8, and right now they're like 18. And their parents, the foster parents, are trying to like sell Olivia off as like to get her married, and it's a very like old like mindset to like go get the daughter married off. Very strange. And Malachi is very protective of her because he sees her as his. He doesn't see her as a sibling or a family member or anything. He sees her as his. And Malachi doesn't speak or anything. He communicates through sign language. He can speak, but he chooses not to. And they have come from broken families previously, almost halfway through, and then hopefully move on to the second one, and then hopefully get through one more book after that, this video. I've actually just finished Little Stranger. It's the same day, and I actually gave it a 4-star, which I'm kind of shocked about because I looked on Goodreads and loads of people were like, oh my god, what the effing hell have I just read? Wish I could get my time back, and I actually really enjoyed it. Like, I was aware it was going to be morally wrong and like morally incorrect and a dark romance, like that's what I expected. I mean, I adored Hunting and Haunting Adeline. Knew what I was getting into, knew what I was in for. Enjoyed, so I give it a 4-star. Don't know if I'm going to read the second one or not. I don't know if I want to like have a little break. It wasn't groundbreaking, but I thoroughly enjoyed it as a good story. Not as dark as Haunting or Hunting Adeline at all, but was very much enjoyed. I don't know if I should read Bride. I've got Bride as like an option, or we've got The Ex-Hex. Oh my god guys, I just finished the book. I'm really sorry I am a day late with uploading this video. It's going up on Saturday. I said it's going to be the Friday, meant to be the Thursday initially. I'm really sorry. And ignore the chipped nail polish. It's been a rough week. This book was phenomenal. This book, I think the last update I did, I said it had really good banter. This book managed to do what HMRC tried to do and failed miserably. So HMRC, it tried to have this banter and things, did not manage to do it and have the seriousness in the book. The book was amazing. So we follow our main character Misery, and she ends up having to marry this guy, this alpha male of the Wares, and he is called, I think he's called Lowell. Lo, that's it. I got his name wrong. Lo is this alpha male, and he isn't how you'd expect him to be. He's not the typical like alpha guy that actually thinks he's like a badass. He's actually really sensitive and really sweet, and just trying to do the best for his what am I saying? Oh my god, what do you call them? His pack. The ratio of comedic timing, comedic moments to serious political things in this book was brilliant. So we got our main storyline, which was Misery is trying to find out what happened to her friend Serena, and Serena is a human she grew up with, and one day she just disappeared, and it made no sense for why she just disappeared. And there was one piece of evidence left over that links to Lo, and so she agrees to marry Lo because she has an ulterior motive. She's trying to find out what happened to Serena. So all throughout this book she's trying to figure out what's happened to her, and Lo has got things happening in his pack he is trying to fix and solve, and there is a lot of problems between the humans, the wares, and the vampires with territory and trying to come up with peace treaties because they're all kind of at war with each other and they all hate each other. Lo is trying to fix everything because he doesn't want to be at war with everybody. It's not what he wants. So much bloodshed has happened and he doesn't want more. This was just written so well. The romance was amazing. I want to say, if you've seen that anyone has said like, oh, it's a bit weird, like it's bestiality and it involves him being a wolf, it doesn't. I swear to you, it doesn't. It's nothing like that. It is so good, and yes, it's slightly different to how like it would be in like human terms because it's meant to be this supernatural place where there's werewolves and vampires and things. It's gonna be different, like deal with that. It's not though bestiality or anything. I promise. I just want to say, I was looking at some reviews and people were like, oh my god, this was like not it. Oh my god, I didn't like the discussions about the word not. I will say those bits were a bit strange to me, but I think you just gotta look past it and just enjoy the book for what it is. It's not a super serious book. It's not like Akatar serious or anything. Like, it was enjoyable, and yeah, it had its silly moments. It wasn't super serious. It was a fantasy supernatural book, and I enjoyed myself. If you enjoy reading something and other people don't feel like you have to rate it down or anything. I really enjoyed this, and I'd give this a 4.5 any day of the week. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I actually really enjoyed how creative these spice scenes were. Not gonna lie, unpopular opinion. I liked their moments together. I thought it was so sweet, and I actually did rate this book a 4.5. I just thought every moment in this book was so sweet. I've never read about vampires and werewolves before. Like, this is my first vampire book I've read ever, and I'd say I'm thoroughly impressed, and I really enjoyed it. Definitely got me in the Halloween mood, I can't lie. This is probably my favourite book of this video. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. Yes, this book was amazing, and I would highly recommend. Favourite book of the video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys soon with another video, and that will be up tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.